Just months after winning their first NBA championship, the Denver Nuggets made a move nobody saw coming. They let Bruce Brown walk, the same Bruce Brown who played 28 minutes a game in their championship run, signed with Indiana for $45 million. Sure, they saved some money, but now they need to fill those crucial minutes off the bench. But that's just the start of what might be the craziest NBA offseason we've seen in years. While you were enjoying your summer, NBA front offices were working overtime. Damian Lillard finally left Portland after 11 years, not for Miami like everyone thought, but for Milwaukee in a shocking trade. James Harden's still trying to force his way out of Philadelphia, calling the team's president a liar in front of everyone in China. And Boston? They pulled off not one but two massive moves, getting Kristaps Porzingis and then snagging Jrue Holiday right after Milwaukee traded him. These moves aren't just trades on paper. They're completely changing how these teams are getting ready for the new season. And trust me, what's happening behind the scenes is even more interesting than what you've seen in the headlines. Before we move ahead, make sure to subscribe. NBA major roster shakeups. Let's talk about the biggest move first. Damian Lillard joining forces with Giannis in Milwaukee. The Bucks gave up Jrue Holiday, Grayson Allen, and a bunch of draft picks to land their guy. Dame's not just any player. We're talking about someone who dropped 71 points in a single game last season. Now imagine him running pick and roll with Giannis. That's giving NBA coaches nightmares right now. But Boston wasn't about to sit back and watch. They turned around and grabbed Jrue Holiday. Yeah, the same guy from that Lillard trade, after he got sent to Portland. Holiday's one of the best defenders in the league. Made the all-defense team 5 times. And they didn't stop there. Earlier in summer, they picked up Kristaps Porzingis, who just had his best season ever, putting up 23 points a game with Washington. Then there's Phoenix, who completely changed their team. Bradley Beal joined in a massive $251 million deal from Washington. Now they've got 3 of the most dangerous scorers in the NBA. Devin Booker, who dropped 47 points in a closeout playoff game last season. Kevin Durant, a career 27-point scorer, and Beal, who's been averaging over 22 points for the past 7 seasons. This isn't just teams making random moves. Every one of these trades happened because teams are trying to win right now. Milwaukee's trying to keep Giannis happy. Boston's tired of coming up short in the playoffs, and Phoenix is betting everything on this new Big Three. NBA training camp focus. The Miami Heat are doing what they do best, rebuilding on the fly. After losing both Max Strus and Gabe Vincent in free agency, Eric Spoelstra has completely switched up their offensive playbook. Their new system focuses heavily on Tyler Herro, who they refuse to trade even for Damian Lillard. That's how much they believe in him. Inside the Lakers training facility, it's all about shooting drills. Last season, they ranked 24th in three-point percentage, hitting just 34.6% of their shots. Austin Reeves is leading this charge. He improved to 39.8% from deep last year, and now he's helping get the whole team on track. Meanwhile, the Warriors are tackling their biggest challenge yet, fitting Chris Paul into their fast-paced system. CP3's running point with the second unit, which means their offense never slows down. Steve Kerr's actually using Paul exactly how he used to hate playing against him, as the master of the mid-range game who controls the entire tempo. For the first time in years, Steph Curry's practicing with 3 different lineup combinations. They've got the classic Curry-Thompson duo, the new look with Chris Paul, and some sets where all 3 share the court. Early practice reports show they're already clicking. Paul's averaging 12 assists in team scrimmages, most of them to Curry and Klay. NBA Young Team Development. Victor Wembanyama's arrival in San Antonio changed everything. Standing at 7 foot 4 inches with a wingspan that seems endless, he's already breaking practice records. The Spurs had to raise their practice facility cameras just to keep him in frame. Their entire training schedule now revolves around building chemistry between Wemby and their young point guard Trey Jones, who dished out 6.6 assists per game last season. Oklahoma City's turning heads in preseason workouts. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't just coming off his first All-NBA first-team selection. He's taken complete control of team practices. After averaging 31.4 points last season, he's now teaching his scoring moves to Josh Giddey and Jalen Williams. Their combined average age is just 22, making them the youngest core in the NBA. Paolo Banchero's Orlando Magic squad is right there too, Fresh off winning Rookie of the Year, Banchero's added 10 pounds of muscle and worked with NBA shooting coach Drew Hanlon all summer. His new shooting form is already showing results. He's hitting 45% from 3 in team scrimmages, way up from his 29.8% rookie year. The biggest surprise comes from Minnesota, where Anthony Edwards is running practices like a veteran. After that breakout FIBA World Cup performance where he led Team USA in scoring, he's brought that same intensity back home. Karl Anthony Towns mentioned in a recent press conference that Ant's the first player in the gym every morning at 6 a.m. and the last to leave. NBA health and conditioning. MVP Joel Embiid's 8-week program with Drew Hanlon has paid off big time. He's 15 pounds lighter, more explosive, and moving like his college days. Meanwhile, Ja Morant's using his suspension time wisely, working with Memphis staff on core strength and safer landing mechanics. Zion Williamson's transformation might be the biggest story. Working with NFL trainer Jasper Bibbs, he's down to 284 pounds, Duke weight, and jumped 3 inches higher on his vertical. Golden State's got a different plan. Their data shows Curry and Klay play 23% better with 2 days rest, so they've built the NBA's first customized rest schedule. Smart move for the veteran squad. NBA team chemistry building. Inside Boston's practice facility, Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis aren't just running plays. They're rewriting the Celtics' entire offensive system. Porzingis has already clicked with Tatum, scoring 32 points in their first preseason game together. Holiday's defensive intensity is rubbing off too. Derek White mentioned how practice scrimmages now feel like playoff games. Milwaukee's new duo is making waves. Damian Lillard and Giannis spent 3 weeks training together before camp even started. The results? In their first unofficial scrimmage, they connected on 8 pick-and-rolls leading to direct buckets. Giannis's brother Thanasis spilled the beans, saying it's the happiest he's seen Giannis in practice since their championship run. Phoenix's new Big Three had some early growing pains, but they're figuring it out fast. Devin Booker's taken charge, organizing 6 a.m. shooting sessions with Durant and Beal. Frank Vogel completely rebuilt their offense, now running sets that keep all 3 stars moving without the ball. Their recent practice stats are mind-blowing. They're shooting a combined 52% when all 3 are on the court. Back in Denver, the champions aren't sitting still. Losing Bruce Brown hurt, but Jamal Murray stepped up as a leader. He's taken rookie Julian Strawther under his wing, teaching him the same 2-man game that worked so well with Brown. Nikola Jokic, fresh off his summer horse races, is already back to his usual tricks, throwing no-look passes in practice that even his teammates don't see coming. NBA championship contenders analysis. The East's power structure got flipped overnight. Milwaukee jumped to plus 375 championship odds after landing Lillard, with Boston right behind at plus 400. Their preseason numbers back up the hype. Both teams are dominating. Denver might have lost Bruce Brown, but don't count them out. Their starting 5 is crushing preseason, outscoring teams by 15 points per 100 possessions. Meanwhile, Sacramento's offense is exploding with 124 points per game, and Cleveland's defense is suffocating teams, holding them under 100. Circle these dates. October 24th for Bucks Sixers, Lillard's first East test. Then, January 10th, the finals rematch between Denver and Miami. That'll show us who's really ready to compete. Mark your calendars. NBA tips off October 24th with 2 monster matchups. The champs Denver Nuggets get their rings, then face Lakers' hungry LeBron. After that, Warriors debut their new Chris Paul lineup against Phoenix's super team. The story of this season? Power shifts. Milwaukee and Boston loaded up in the East. Phoenix and Denver are ready for a Western war. But watch those dark horses. Sacramento's offense and Cleveland's defense could shock everyone. See how this all unfolds starting Tuesday, October 24th on TNT. Don't miss a single update. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and drop a comment telling me which team you think made the best moves this offseason. We've got fresh NBA content coming your way all season long.